Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk Conquest, Last Argument of Kings. I know I'm a little bit behind in the news. Unfortunately, I've been unwell, as the whole family. We've had COVID rip through the household, and has made things a little bit hard to keep up with. But I did see this pop up. This actually popped up, and there was a happy hour for Conquest on my first day of getting COVID, which was not fun. And so didn't really get to watch it, but I have sort of digested it all and taken a look at what we've seen. We've got some pictures. We're going to talk about everything that's coming for Conquest in the next few months. I think there's definitely some exciting things for a few different factions, which is really cool. And of course, this is all on the heels of all the old Dominion stuff that we're seeing come out. Thank you to everyone who has used our discount code. You can use our affiliate link, which we'll post in the description of the video, which will get you 10% off the Parabellum eStore and go away to help supporting the channel continue to be able to produce Conquest, Last Argument of Kings content. But with that said, we should have our first battle reports out very, very soon. Nick's finishing up the Nords. I'm about finished with 100 Kingdoms. The Spires are on the way. Thanks to all of you for helping support the channel, whether it be through YouTube, members, Patreon, supporting us with Ko-fi payments, or indeed using our affiliate link for Conquest. We're managing to get an Old Dominion force for the channel as well. So that will be awesome and fantastic. With that said, we're going to go and have a look at what is coming in the later months, and I think there's some really exciting stuff, especially for some of my favourite factions. And so to start us off, we are going to get some new Dweghom troops. We're going to get the Wardens and the Initiates. Now this does look... which is going to be pretty sweet. So 2 brand new units coming out for the Dweghom, giving them some much needed additions to their roster of models available to them. Now we have both of these as medium infantry. We've got the Initiates first. They're the ones you can see here with the giant shields. They've got support 1, along with the Devour special rule as well, which means they automatically convert a spellcasting failure to a success if a priest is targeting them, which is really nice. So the Devout rule is pretty cool on them. Some pretty sort of standard stuff here. We've got Clash of 2, Movement 5, 1 attack, 1 wounds. They're pretty decent. Resolve 3, Defense 3 is nice. Remembering they will be Defense 4 actually base when we're thinking of adding the shields into it. So a pretty solid unit. And then we've got the Wardens as well. Cleave 1, Devout again, so Priest just being able to get some extra benefits on them. Fearless and Flurry as well is really, really solid. 180 points for the 3 stands base. Is pretty costly, but they should do a decent amount. You can take Minimancer apprentices in the units, which is nice. Standard Bearer and Leader, and, you know, they've got Resolve 4, which is really solid. Defense 3. No, they don't have shields, so you're going to have a little bit extra resolve and an extra clash for Clash 3 on these. Clash 3 with Flurry is pretty sweet. They could be hitting really, really hard, those Wardens. So a nice solid addition for the Dweghom here, I think, with these 2 units. Next up, coming in August, we got some cool concept sketches and pieces shown for the Onslaught Cones and the Bound Drones for the Spires. I'm really excited. Spires have really grown on me as a faction. I really dig the aesthetic a lot. And so, first of all, we've got Bound Clones there, a medium infantry unit with shields and support 1, which is really nice. Can have some pretty cool stuff. Resolve 2, Defense 2, Clash 2, 120 points, nothing to write home about at all, but we can have like Ward Preceptors, Catabolic Nodes, Assault Preceptors in there, as well as Standard Bearer and Leaders. Pretty solid stuff there all round. And then we've got the Onslaught Drones as well, another medium infantry unit option. Clash 2 is their big thing, but they do have Flurry, which is really nice. They can have a Pheromonic Node and a Catabolic Node in the unit as well. And then they've got Draw Event Burnout as well, which is choose one of the following. Nothing happens, or all stand in the regiments with this draw effect, get Decay 3 and +1 Clash, +2 March. So some pretty cool abilities there. Really am digging the Onslaught Drones. They really typify everything that the Spires are all about for me. I'm digging the rules and liking what I'm seeing here. It could be pretty cool to see these units on the table. Add them to my Spires force for the channel. Next up, we've got the awesome hunting packs of dinos for the Wadroon coming out in June. I mean, for me, this is the selling point of Wadroon. We have orcs and dinosaurs mixed together. People like orcs, people like dinosaurs. It's a really cool combination. So many people say it's the easiest army to sell anyone in on Conquest. Orcs riding dinosaurs. What's not to like? I'm a massive dinosaur fan, and I really like that they've gone for the multicolours on this. The people who've done the showcase pieces here for the paint jobs look really awesome. I like that they are the raptors, and they all sort of have slightly unique looks to them, so it doesn't look very samey throughout the unit, but this is a light cavalry unit option. We've got the Unsung, Opportunist, Feral, Fluid Formation, and Vanguard rules all in the unit, which is really nice. You can't add characters to the unit as you would expect, it's just a bunch of monsters. But they do have 6 attacks a stand, Clash 2, 3 wounds apiece, Resolve 3, Defense only 1, so they do die to a stiff breeze. That's sort of Wadroon's thing, not normally a great defense on a lot of things. Evasion 2 is nice there as well. Movement 7 is nice, especially when you consider that is being put on with Vanguard as well, which is going to allow them to take an additional free march action provided no enemies are within 8 inch of them. So a really cool unit just to get you right up that board really nice and early and quick. If you can get them up the board and keep them out of your opponent's damage dealing arcs, this could be a really useful unit to have in your army for your Wadroon. I really dig these things. I think they've got a really solid purpose within the force, just being able to jump you really far up that table and get your reserve lines and your reinforcement lines, really nice and high from the get-go. We then have the Hyatt clone Exeter remake. So this will be a plastic remake of the miniature for Spies. I'm really happy to see that this is starting to come to fruition. They talked about it very early on in the year in one of their happy hours on how they want to sort of try and move away from resin models and get everything over into plastic, and seeing this Spies model, which is one of the earlier Spy models, get a rendition in plastic is really cool. I dig this new model. I do like the current model. I've got one in my force. We've just put one together. But I dig this. It's a new cool looking model. I like that it's got the faceless faceplate. That's weird. But really digging the model. Hopefully, he'll come out sometime not too far. It's them saying later in the year, and they've said August for other things. Does make me think, September, October, November, maybe somewhere in December. But a cool thing to see nonetheless. I'm really glad we're starting to see these plastic remakes, and I hope we can start to see more and more of the old resin character miniatures transferred into plastic. This is a really great step for the company as a whole, and look forward to seeing more of these resculpts in plastic. I'm glad they just didn't do, the same model but in plastic. In fact, they're doing resculpts, which is really cool, and just shows that they are trying to better themselves all the time with their miniatures. And lastly, we got shown that the bone golems are going to be coming out. Now, they didn't show any pictures there, but for those of us that remember, we got shown the bone golems in the original sort of reveal. I've got them up on screen here for you all. Bone golems are a heavy brute option available to the Old Dominion, which is going to give us a really nice sort of heavy hitting piece. We've got 4 attacks and 6 wounds apiece, no resolve, like no Old Dominion. Defensive 3 is really nice. We've also got some cool abilities. So Cleave 2 on their Clash of 2. Relentless Blows as well is really nice. This is when the stand makes a clash action. Each hit of a 1 causes an additional hit. We've then got Hardened and Unstoppable on top of all of that. Hardened is really nice. This is going to give us the ability to reduce some cleave. And Unstoppable is going to give us the ability to reroll failed charges. Pretty solid stuff all around. These guys are going to be a nice, solid option just to give us a really tanky, heavy-hitting unit for the Old Dominion. Something they're lacking a little bit at the moment, so this would be a really nice sort of addition to the roster. Really looking forward to this. I'm so in on Old Dominion. But that is everything we were shown. I'd love to hear from everyone what they're excited to see. What do they want to see next coming from Conquest? I'm hoping next year we start to see some Weaver Courts, because that's something I'm definitely digging. And what would you like to see Conquest-wise on the channel? We've said, we've got Old Dominion coming next, and we're going to be starting off with our Nords, 100 Kingdoms, and Spires. But what would you like to see next on the channel? Don't forget, we have an affiliate link as well. You can use that. It'll be linked down in the video's description, as well as Patreon and YouTube members. All that helps support the channel and enable us to do more Conquest Last Argument of Kings content for you all. But yeah, let us know what you liked from all the reveals that are coming, everything that's coming, and what you want to see next in Conquest Last Argument of Kings. Well, that's the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave a comment down below and let us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by following the link in the video's description to our Discord server. And lastly, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so either via Patreon or YouTube members, and both of those are linked again down in the video's description. As a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members, I'd like to give a shout out to them all. So a special thank you to our Patreons, Christian Weir, James Soren, Greenskins Gaming, AJC, Kenny Lowe, Outer Shop First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nilsson, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Dynet226 and Derek. And a special shout out to our YouTube members, Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Chris Wallace, Ronya, Vinny, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, Wolfric Nick, Broken Shelf, Ariana Edwards, and Sean Scott. Lastly, a special thanks first of all to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for our channel, and to Xmorphic, who does all the amazing Discord server background work for us. Thank you all for watching. Once again, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.